The young master had his eyes on a pair of twin sisters and insisted on being with both of them. But the sisters already had someone in their lives, and they made it clear they only liked the younger one, not the elder. Meanwhile, at the entrance of the fourth pathway leading to the final boss of One Min Valley, the Nether Guild had just arrived when they were suddenly ambushed by zombies. Thanks to the protection of the two mages known as the Black and White Duo, along with a swift strike from the swordsman Jiang Ziwen, the situation was quickly brought under control. Just then, a slow clap echoed through the battlefield. The newcomer was none other than Hong Chao, the 6th-ranked elite member of the Star Guild. At first glance, he was immediately taken with the twin sisters. Without hesitation, he introduced himself, boasting about the generous benefits of the Star Guild and his influential elder brother, Hong Jin, the guild leader. Clearly, he was trying to lure the Black and White Duo to switch sides. This blatant move enraged Little Yama, who ruled the underworld and had never suffered such an insult. But before he could strike, a golden brick came crashing down on Hong Chou's head. The one who threw it was Liu Nian, who had just received the treasured weapon from Neja. Liu Nian chose to intervene because he recognized the true identity of the Nether Guild. They hailed from Fengdu City, a place where the elites were said to master forbidden techniques. Their rise in guild rankings was inevitable. Forming ties with them meant that once they ascended to divine status in the underworld, they could even extend their parents' lifespans. For Liu Nian, this was a golden opportunity he couldn't afford to miss. Realizing that Liu Nian's golden brick attacks required enormous financial backing, Hong Chou ordered his men to bombard him with spell attacks, hoping to exhaust his resources. But what he didn't expect was that Liu Nian wasn't fighting alone. He had the backing of the Fang Corporation, the Tang Dining Group, and the He Family Martial Arts Hall, all united under the support of his wealthy girlfriend's consortium. To them, the money Liu Nian was spending was nothing more than pocket change. This made his golden brick assault practically limitless. With gold flying like dust, Liu Nian launched indiscriminate attacks against the Star Guild members. When the enemies finally fell, piles of equipment dropped to the ground. Seeing this, Liu Nian rushed to grab everything, hoping to recover some of the money he had just spent. But his girlfriend's consortium quickly scolded him. "It's just a few million, darling. Don't bother with that junk. Even if it were much more, we'd happily spend it for you." Though their words were filled with affection, being pampered like this still left Liu Nian a little embarrassed. Sensing the awkwardness, members of the Nether Guild lightened the atmosphere. After a brief exchange of introductions, Little Yama and Liu Nian decided to officially join forces and venture together into Lanluo Temple for their next adventure. Here we go again. This episode is packed with non-stop action, so keep your tissues and glasses ready. According to their research, the boss inside, Black Mountain Demon, unleashed a devastating ultimate attack every 30 seconds. Little Yama couldn't quite understand why Liu Nian, who wasn't even sure if he was a professional or just a freelancer, seemed so confident. He not only volunteered to tank all the damage, but also assured the team that he would heal them while they focused on offense. Together, he promised, they could break the dungeon's record. Since they had chosen to trust him, no one argued further. As the hellish imps were summoned and the battlefield grew tense, all eyes turned to Liu Nian, waiting for his command. Without hesitation, he charged ahead, locking down the Black Mountain Demon with a binding talisman. Once he had the monster's attention, he ordered the Black and White Duo to begin their long-range attacks, while the rest of the team struck from behind. But as Liu Nian took the brunt of the damage up front, his health bar began to drop rapidly. To everyone's surprise, he activated Rejuvenation, healing himself even as he continued losing blood. Normally, this level of recovery was possible only for a fully advanced healer, and the surprises didn't stop there. While healing himself, Liu Nian also cast a powerful group recovery spell, instantly restoring 20% of his teammates' health. Morale soared, and the team suddenly felt their chances of breaking the record had doubled. Just then, Liu Nian shouted, "Melee, fall back!" The Black Mountain Demon was preparing his ultimate, a crushing strike called Titan Slam. Liu Nian initially tried to counter with a warrior skill, Desperate Strike, but the boss's overwhelming power forced him to use the mage skill Blink, dodging backward in the nick of time. Thanks to his group healing, the team managed to survive the first wave. As time dragged on and the battle wore down, the demon unleashed a massive area of effect attack. Liu Nian reacted instantly, shielding the group with the healer skill Soul Tree Barrier, reducing part of the damage. Even so, most of the party's health plummeted, and Liu Nian himself was visibly struggling after sustaining continuous hits. Just when things looked bleak, Little Yama stepped forward. "Leave the rest to me," he declared. Raising a single finger, he chanted, "In the name of Yama, Spirit Mirror's power, heed my call." At his words, the Spirit Beast Earth Listener materialized. The sight of this stunned everyone. The Black and White Duo rushed to stop him in alarm, while Liu Nian stood there completely baffled. The Divine Beast, Diding, suddenly appeared, stunning everyone present. The sheer pressure of its roar was enough to make the onlookers cough up blood and tremble in fear. Yet, At this moment, Dieting's attention was fixed solely on Little Yama. Even it couldn't understand how someone as young and inexperienced as him had managed to summon it. But summoning such a powerful force came at a cost. Little Yama suffered severe backlash from using his ultimate technique. Seeing this, the black and white duo immediately fell to their knees, begging Dieting for help. Meanwhile, on the other side of the battlefield, the fight raged on. The Black Mountain Demon had entered his second form, unleashing another devastating ultimate. To withstand the blow, Liu Nian even resorted to the Shaolin Art Golden Bell Shield, all while shouting at his team to keep up continuous damage. It was the only way they could hope to break the dungeon record. But Little Yama had clearly prepared in advance. Out of nowhere, a roasted chicken drumstick appeared in his hand. The moment he offered it, Dieting's eyes lit up, drool spilling as it devoured the meat. Only then did it reluctantly agree to lend its aid. Just as Liu Nian was recovering health and preparing to deliver the finishing strike, Dieting unleashed a Kasitigarba Sacred Seal. With a single move, it crushed the Black Mountain Demon down to a sliver of health. By the rules, Dieting could not fully slay an elite monster within the game. Otherwise, it would risk punishment from the celestial gods. That's why it left the demon barely alive, giving Liu Nian and his team the chance to finish it off. The squad wasted no time. One after another, they unleashed their strongest techniques in a merciless barrage, until the Black Mountain Demon finally collapsed. Moments later, news of Liu Nian's squad clearing the Nether Valley spread across the world chat. At the valley's exit, the deputy leader of the Starfire Guild also saw the announcement. Furious, he cursed aloud. "Black and white duo, it must be you. You dare provoke the Starfire Guild? Just wait. Once you come out, I'll show you the true meaning of cruelty."